gentlemen, highlights another remarkable day in the history of Putlod-San National High School as we take part to celebrate the fourth commencement exercises. Good afternoon, Ma'am Apple.
Good afternoon, Sir Arnold.
Indeed, we are celebrating a very momentous event, especially to our talented and diverse students who will receive their awards and diplomas. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome our distinguished faculty and staff of Putlod-San National High School Senior High School Department. To the pillars of this institution, to to our Principal and Ever Equal Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Jessie D. Ferrer, CESA 5, and Assistant Schools Division Superintendents, Dr. Mina Gracia L. Acosta, CESA 6, and Sir Ronilo Hilario.
For our ever-supportive and dynamic school principal, Dr. Edita P. Mendoza. For our NLMT and dynamic assistant school principal, we have Mrs. Nancy A. Ramos. To our commendable and big-hearted stakeholders and partners in education.
To our highly competent and deeply motivated members of the faculty and staff, other officials of the school, to the proud and loving parents, friends, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant afternoon.
This commencement exercises ceremony is a day of rejoicing, for it marks the conclusion of educational journey and the commencement of another more uncertain and more difficult part of man's quest for a better life and future.
Truly, today signifies the culmination of many years of hard work in the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Knowledge that will enable a person to embrace opportunities and take on challenges with clear vision and purpose. Remember that this is not the end, but a new beginning to a new horizon of your career.
Students, dear parents,
Our unrelenting and dynamic mentors, welcome to the 4th Commencement Exercises ceremony of Putlod-San National High School, academic year 2020-2021.
with a team,
Strengthening quality education amidst the COVID-19 pandemic.
Philippians 4 verse 13 says, I can do all things through Him who strengthens me.
Let us all stand for the Philippine National Anthem.
And let's implore God's blessings and open up this ceremony through a prayer to the led by Mr. Lalong and
Bayang magiliw, pwes na silanganan, alab ng puso, sa libid mo'y buhay. Lupang linirang, tuyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiin. Sa lagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bakaw, may dilatang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang isat ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Almighty God, thank you for your love, risen from the grave and freely offered for us all. Thank you for this special day and for all the senior high school students who will be graduating today. May they feel a sense of achievement in their qualification and great excitement about their future. Come, take their skills and gifts that we celebrate today. May each student know your presence in their lives and understand how to use their abilities for your glory and kingdom. And may they all continue to live lives of learning and discovery, and in doing so, bring great blessings to the world. Amen.
DepEd Region 3, ang ningning ng tagumpay mo'y di magmamaliw. DepEd Region 3, ang laurel ng kagalingan ay sulong mo. DepEd Region 3, ang laurel ng kagalingan ay sulong mo. DepEd Region 3, ika'y maog at sandigan ng karunungan, ika'y patnubay sa aming tatanglaw sa pag-ani ng tagumpay. Parangalan natin, ipagpunyi natin ang DepEd Region 3. Parangalan natin, ipagpunyi natin ang DepEd Region 3.
Putlod-San National High School, paaralan namin naluntian. Natuto kaming magmahal, lalo na sa kalikasan. Mga gurong minamahal, nagturo ng magandang asal. Ikaw ang tanging na dahilan ng aming karunungan. Putlod-San National High School, ika'y dakila sa aming buhay. Talino namin nataglay, nakanta na karangalan. Biyaya ng poong mahal, sa tulong mo walang kapantay. Di ka namin malilimutan sa puso at isipan. Putlod-San National High School, hinirang ka upang sa amin maging gabay. Dahil sa'yo lumawak ang aming kaalaman, naging tanglaw ka sa aming buhay. Putlod-San National High School, hinirang ka upang sa amin maging gabay. Dahil sa'yo lumawak ang aming kaalaman, naging tanglaw ka sa aming buhay. Itataas ka namin magpakailanman. Putlod-San National High School.
Today is a testimony to the enduring and resilient Filipino spirit, to our ability to stand up again despite the pandemic and conquer the odds, to our innate optimism to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We have proven that we can surmount any adversity by sharing our light with each other in times of darkness.
Through the many challenging moments we endured, many of us were tempted to give up. But the Filipino heart refuses to be broken with others. And just like our students, we keep to see the ray of hope in the faith and joy we share with each other, even in the most trying of circumstances. We may be battered, but definitely never defeated.
I believe that the secrets behind the significant development of teachers who have rendered their invaluable service and share their ideas and wisdom to their students.
And of course, parents who have guided them to the right path.
You're right, ma'am. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome and listen to the inspirational messages of the pillars of education.
Good afternoon, everyone. To our Assistant Principal, Mrs. Nancy A. Ramos, to our honored guests, members of the faculty, colleagues, to our distinguished senior high school graduates, class of 2021, good afternoon and welcome. It is my very great pleasure to welcome you all to the fourth Commencement Exercises of Putlod-San National High School. I extend my warmest congratulations to all those receiving awards and certificates today and acknowledge the support that has helped you along the way. To all the family and friends with us today, and to those who could not join and are watching the ceremony or thinking of graduates as we celebrate this moment, thank you. Thank you for the encouragement you have offered, and in many ways for the sacrifices you have made so that these students could earn the certificate and they will take today. Our dear graduates, please, would you take a moment to acknowledge all those who supported you, near and far, including your family, classmates, and the faculty. In Jeremiah 29:11, God said, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Class of 2021, we are here to participate in the praise and wonder of your achievements. This is the day about you and what you achieve through hard work, determination, and moments of creative inspiration despite the pandemic and other obstacles that you have experienced. Graduation is the time to imagine your future and the world to come. When you think of the road ahead, you may gain perspective of looking back to where you have been. For most of you, the 1 year or coming to senior high school early, plus the online and modular class that has been difficult, that you feel the pressure to try and hurry to finish and turn all of the assignments on time. Most of the assignments are due at the same time, and a lot of them are time consuming, and the time is too short. You are all culture shock with the new normal education, but still you manage to survive. Or beating the familiar sound of the school hymn every start of the period, the resounding voices of students echoing the hallways, the cultural and talent shows, festival, sports, summative tests, periodic exam, card giving days, daily classes with your beloved teachers, and even friendships. I am sure that all these will come to pass. But the beautiful memories will always remain. Some of you find your best experiences in the senior high school days as you have slowly grown into better individuals. More learned, more knowledgeable, more mentally and emotionally developed, and it is spiritually equipped with the guidance and painstaking teachings of your advisors and subject teachers. Though others may find heartaches in not achieving what they desire, for some find some circumstances and as unfair or difficult, or there are not so good relationships within the community. But reminded that the main objective is not to give up on your dreams, and do not believe that failure is permanent, or that there is always a finish line to success. I believe that you may not have some of what you wish to achieve, yet there are so many other good things that you have unexpectedly gained. Sometimes we plan and work on things to reach a particular goal. It is good if we gain positive results, but sometimes better opportunities are given to those who have experienced failures, because it motivates them even more not to give up on pursuing their dreams. And it makes them more appreciative of their achievements, because they are continually striving and working hard. But I would like to say so also, because it happens in God's perfect will and perfect timing. So learn what we can learn in every lesson, in every occasion, in every experience. Use its learning to make ourselves better in the sight of God. God knows ultimately what is best for you. So today marks the culmination of several years of your hard work, of days of studying hard and learning your lessons. Yet do not forget that even as you find yourselves in trying times, you did enjoy many times and many moments in this school. It has been and will always be a part of your growing up years. Today is a celebration, a recognition of your achievement and victories, of commemorating how you labored through and enjoyed your younger years. Through the help and guidance of your parents, open and unperceived hard work of your teachers, and the nurturing atmosphere of our alma mater, finally, you have reached initial goal. May you all find yourselves under the guiding and protecting hands of our Lord, that your wisdom, knowledge, skills, and talents be used and directed for His ultimate glory. May the Holy Spirit be with you always, so that you can always approach God in prayer and expect His righteous answers. In this moment of celebration, where achievements are recognized and honor is given to whom it is due, it is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to another milestone of the Senior High School Department. Once again, welcome to the 4th Commencement Exercises of Putlod-San National High School for the academic year 2020-2021. Congratulations to all of you, my dear graduates, and may God bless us all.
Good day to each and everyone who is attending virtually present at this time of our graduation ceremonies for our beloved and very precious graduates for the school year which ends at this time. First of all, I'd like to greet the parents and family members without whose sacrifices, whose reminders, and whose participation in the learning process for our graduates have resulted in this culmination program. This year, your role has changed drastically, where we've always believed that the matter of educating our children rests nearly exclusively on our teachers and our staff. This time, you parents, you family members, you who are in the households of our learners have expanded your role and contributed to this wonderful day, wherein finally, our learners are graduating in this culmination exercise. So congratulations, because this year has not been very easy, has not been a picnic for our teachers, for our family members, as well, especially the parents, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and all who have contributed to the achievement of our learners at this time. So, maraming salamat at congratulations, parents and family members. Mas malaki ang role ninyo at this time compared to earlier graduation exercises. Secondly, I would also like to greet our teachers, without whose very careful review and careful supervision of the work of our pupils and our learners, this event would not be taking place at all. And so thank you, teachers. Your role has also expanded, in addition to seeing to it that the modules are faithfully followed, the assignments are correctly implemented, and the learners are truly learning, and you have had to deal with new ways of assessing the performance also of the learners. So, congratulations, teachers, for enduring, for your patience, for your love for our learners, and your willingness to engage in a way and methods of teaching which are different from those which are used to. Assessment must have been especially difficult for you, especially since you were not able to see most of the time our students in face to face meetings, and most of the meetings, of course, were virtual. We'd also like to thank the local government units for their interest, for their cooperation, and for their continuing contributions to the needs of education, even as our children do not go to school. Your donations of material as well as financial resources at this time are most welcome, and your advice has been taken seriously not only by our teachers, by our school officials, but also by our officials in the Department of Education. We continually talk with local government units, especially in times of disaster, in times of great need for classrooms, for space, and for responses to unforeseen emergencies. Thank you, local government units. But of course, most of the congratulatory greetings fall on the deserving graduate. Each and every one of you is truly special. You are different from the other graduates who have passed through the portals of your school. You went to school practically without seeing your teachers, if at all. You went to school with your parents, your mothers, and your fathers hovering over your shoulders and seeing to it that you are able to complete your assignments. You are completing your studies at a time when examinations and assessments are different. You are culminating these long months of hard work at this time, even as you have to do family chores, even as you are distracted, and even as your world has turned upside down, and it seems and it appears as if we don't know what the future holds and what will happen next. But you have persevered, and now you are ready to graduate. And therefore, you deserve each and every bit of congratulations from us in the Department of Education, from your parents and family members, your teachers, from the officials in local government, as well as in the parent teachers associations. You deserve each and every single congratulatory pat on your back, each hug virtually, of course, and each greeting, which I am sure you are also receiving virtually. I don't know if you will remember this event many, many years from now. I have tried to recall myself who our graduation speaker was when I finished high school and when I finished my college studies. All I remember is that the graduation speaker was someone important, someone who was invited because that someone is supposed to give a message. What was more important to us graduates at that time was the excitement of the celebrations, the happiness and the joy of our parents, the sadness of parting from our classmates and from our teachers, and the enjoyment of all the graduation events that usually take place come commencement day. When I was a college student, we had a series of events which were designed to embed in our minds, which were designed to help us remember and not forget our days in college. We would spend one whole day going around the campus, visiting the classrooms, saying goodbye to our teachers, and sharing memories. We would have bonfires to say goodbye to each other. We had baccalaureate services where we committed ourselves to God and we prayed for guidance when we go out into the world. So many celebrations, and the speaker, of course, is the least important and easily forgotten component of the graduation exercise. Nonetheless, I will exert all efforts to share with you what I see are things or issues which a graduate should remember and recall. I have said that you are very special. You are very different. You are pioneering. There has been no other class like your class. There has been no other graduate like you as a graduating student because you are the very first graduate of the blended learning response to education in the Philippines. And so you ask yourself, what awaits you in the world outside? You can either work because the kind of curriculum you survived and underwent as a student will enable you to go to work if you wish to go to work. Some of you will proceed to further studies, and this would be a wonderful thing because there are many opportunities for further expanding your knowledge, for further answering and looking for explanations of issues, events that make you curious, especially in science, in technology, and also in the arts. So you can work, you can go to further studies, and perhaps some of you will settle down, hopefully not too soon, so you can pursue what you really want to do. So today, this is why we call this exercise a commencement exercise. It's not the end of our studies. It's not the end of all our efforts with blended learning, with modules, with floods, with earthquakes, and of course with COVID. It's a commencement of doors opening to you. More doors will be opened because you are a graduate. You can work, you can proceed for further studies, you can help your parents, and you can perhaps look for opportunities to do what you have always wanted to do, whether at work, whether at advanced studies, whether at learning more in science and technology, in mathematics, and in the arts. All of these opportunities are available to you. More doors are being opened. I hope you will select the door which arouses your curiosity, the door which will help you know more about this world, and the door which will allow you to contribute to the development of our country and contribute whatever we can to solve our problems and our challenges. Congratulations once more to each and every one of you. Congratulations to you, parents and family members. Congratulations to you, teachers. When I was chair of the board of Silliman University, each time we had graduation ceremonies during the baccalaureate and during commencement itself, I would cry. I would cry because you are sending out into the world a new batch of graduates, and we want to be sure that what is awaiting them is appropriate. We want to be sure that they are ready for what awaits them when they select which door to open. And so we tell you, go out to the world, do whatever you want to do. God be with you, and be assured that all of us love each and every one of you. Congratulations.
The school year 2020-2021 will forever be etched in the minds and hearts of every Filipino learner as the time when education took a drastic change. The classroom suddenly was no longer the physical structure in the school, but the virtual platform on the internet or a learning space at home. Teaching did not include anymore the chalk and the blackboard, but distance learning activities like online classes, radio and TV-based instruction, and self-learning modules. And yes, the teacher was not only limited to sir and madam, but it also meant the learners' parents and guardians at home. COVID-19 has definitely changed the landscape of the teaching and learning process. Yet, with our collective resolve and resiliency, which is uniquely Filipino, we vowed not to let this pandemic stop us from making learning happen, from ensuring that our children get an education. Through the DepEd Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, we operationalized and concretized our vision and mission that our pursuit of quality education must continue despite the pandemic. My dear graduates, completers, and academic awardees of school year 2020-2021, you are the products of this unique period in our nation's education history when we were faced with a tremendous challenge in our learning delivery. Difficult as it may be, you still managed to survive and overcome the hurdles and obstacles owing to your adaptability and creativity. This alone makes you winners, game changers, and trailblazers. To our school leaders, teachers, parents, and other stakeholders who continue to brave the imminent danger posed by the COVID-19 virus to their health and their lives every day, just to make sure that our children do not stop from learning, you are the unsung heroes and frontliners of DepEd's mantra of Sulong Kalidad. Our dear partners in education who have given immense support to our schools, we did not only push through with the school year. We made sure that our children receive quality learning in the face of these trying times. Strengthening the quality education amid the COVID-19 pandemic is not simply about the use of various distance learning delivery modalities. It speaks about the essentials that you continuously embody, such as your generosity and dedication for education. To encapsulate it in one word, it speaks about our common goal to provide the learning opportunities for our children amidst these trying times. Many years and decades from now, our dear batch 2020-2021, when you will look back at this day of your graduation, completion ceremony, or recognition day, you will most certainly remember it with the most unique memory. For one, your day will probably be recorded in perpetuity because it happened in a virtual ceremony. Please do not look at this as a scarcity, but rather as a living testimony of your ability to rise above any adversity. Congratulations, and may God continue to bless and guide you.
Isang mapagpalang araw po sa ating lahat, SDO Nueva Ecija. Sa ating mga mag-aaral, magulang, guro, pinuno ng mga paaralan, mga kawani at taga-agapay ng ating mga paaralan. Ang taon na panuruan kong ito ay naging lubhang mapanghamon sa ating lahat, lalong higit sa ikagawaran ng edukasyon. Sinubok at binago rin nito ang mga pamamaraan sa pagsasakatuparan ng maraming bagay sa lahat ng larangan na ating mga nakagawian, lalong higit sa ating pag-aaral. Sa gitna ng dalang panganib ng COVID-19 sa bawat isa, minadbuti pa rin ng kagawaran ng edukasyon, lalong higit ang ating dibisyon na magpatuloy ang mga paaralan upang maisaalang-alang ang kaligtasan ng lahat. Ang paaralan ay nagsikap at nagsakripisyo na makapagbigay ng iba't ibang paraan ng pagtuturo sa gitna ng pandemya na ating kinakaharap. Tayo po ay nangailangan ng mga malawakan at komprehensibong pagsasanay sa teknolohiya, mga iba't ibang kagamitan sa pagtuturo, pagsusulat ng mga aralin, at higit sa lahat ay pang-unawa at kooperasyon ng bawat isa. Hindi po lingid sa atin na ang mga mag-aaral ay lubhang umaharap sa matinding pagsubok sa makabagong pamamaraan ng pagtuturo. At ito ay hindi rin naging madali para sa mga guro at pinuno ng bawat paaralan. Mapa-online, modular o iba pang pamamaraan ng pagtuturo ay nagkakaroon ng kaakibat ng mga suliranin maging sa bahagi ng mga guro at mag-aaral. Ang ating mga guro ay naglaan ng higit na oras at mismong kanilang sarili upang magabayan ang mga mag-aaral sa kabila ng mga balakid na ating bansa at sa mismong mundong ating ginagalawan. Hindi hadlang ang layo at bigat na dinadala upang ipagpatuloy ang pagtuturo at paglilingkod sa mga kabataang Novo Encijanos. Dahil na rin sa epekto ng ating pandemya sa ating ekonomiya, maraming mga magulang ang nahihirapan sa pagpapaaral. Subalit, sinamahan ninyo kami sa kabila ng lahat at hindi iniwan sa gitna ng laban. Nais namin kayong pasalamatan dahil sa inyong pagtitiwala na pakikisa sa mga programa ng ating mga paaralan. Sa mga guro, patuloy pa nating mahalin ang mga mag-aaral na sa atin ay nagbibigay ng inspirasyon. Huwag susuko sa paghahanap ng iba't ibang pamamaraan sa paggabay at pag-alalay, lalong higit sa pagpapatuloy nila sa kanilang pag-aaral at pag-abot ng kanilang mga pangarap. Sa mga magulang, ipagkaloob po natin sa ating mga anak ang patnubay ng kanilang kinakailangan sa kabila ng mga suliraning ating haharapin. Sa panahon pong ito, mas higit na nangangailangan sila ng ating pagmamahal, pangunawang gabay at positibong pananaw sa ating buhay. Sa bawat novo isihano na mag-aaral ng mga magsisipagtapos o completers, lagi nating tatandaan na ang mga bagay na ating natutunan ay dapat makatulong sa ating paglago upang tayo ay makatugon sa mga suliranin ng ating ginagalawang pamayanan at maging sa buong mundo. Hindi matatapos sa pag-aaral ang ating pagtuklas ng talino at kaalaman, kundi sa pagsasabuhay nito sa paraang maibahagi natin ang bunga ng ating paglago sa ating kapwa, sa bayan, at sa buong may kapal ng may pagmamahal, pagmamalasakit at kababaang loob. Makakaasa po kayo na mananatili kaming naninindigan sa misyon at layunin ng ating kagawaran ng edukasyon mula sa dibisyon, distrito, paralan at pinakamaliit na bahagi ng ating pamayanan na mahubog hindi lamang ang talino at mga kakayahan ng bawat mag-aaral, kundi lalo't higit ang kanilang pagkatao, pakikipagkapwa at ugnayan sa ating Panginoon. Kalidad ng edukasyon, lalong patatagin sa gitna ng pandemya. Mula sa lahat ng kawani ng DepEd Schools Division Office of Nueva Ecija, maligayang araw ng pagtatapos, moving up ceremony sa minamahal naming mga mag-aaral na Novo Ecijano. Ang pagmamahal at pagpapala ng Panginoong may kapal ay lagi nawang sumaatin.
Binabati ko kayo mga mahal kong mag-aaral sa inyong pagtatapos mula sa Putlod-San National High School nating bahagi. Kayo ay bilang sa katangi-tanging batch 2021. Natatangi sapagkat kayo ay nagsipagtapos sa panahon ng isang pandemya. Na kahit pa napaikli ng pandemya ito ang inyong paglagi at pag-aaral sa loob ng ating paaralan, ay buong husay at tapang ninyong hinarap ang lahat ng hamon ng pagkakataon at matagumpay kayong nakaraos sa taong ito. Ang bawat kabanata ng pagtatapos ng isang mag-aaral ay hudyat ng panibagong pakikipagsapalaran at umpisa na mas malaking hamon sa tunay na laban ng buhay. Isa sa mga pinaka-asam-asam ng isang mag-aaral ay ang araw ng kanyang pagtatapos. Ito ang araw na hindi lang tayo ang naghihintay na sumapit, pagpus ay kasama ang mga mahal sa buhay. Ngayon marami ay sa iyo nakapangalan ang diploma, ngunit kabahagi mo sa natagumpay ang iyong ama ina at iba pang kaanak na umagapay sa iyo. Isang tinig ang pagtulot sa iyong mga mahal sa buhay sa oras na makita nilang hindi na sayang ang kanilang bawat pawis at oras na inilaan para lamang gustusan ang iyong edukasyon. Patindi lang ang regalo ito ay habang buhay nilang itatamasa at dadalhin. Dangal nila na mayroong makapagtapos na anak at kaanak, kaya naman sigurado walang pagsignan sila sa tuwa. Wala rin makatutumbas na regalo ito para sa iyong sarili. Sa wakas, ang lahat ng iyong pinagdaanan ay nagbunga na. Ang mga gabi walang pahinga, ang mga araw na akala mo ay hindi mo na kaya. Ang mga panahon mo, sinukat ang iyong tiyaga at pananalig ay isa na napakatamis na tagumpay ngayon. Dahil sa pagtatapos sa iyong pag-aaral sa sekundarya, alam mo na ngayong wala na makapitigil sa iyo upang maabot ang iyong mga pangarap. Abot kamay na ngayon ang pinapangarap ng kurso, hanap buhay, kaibat ang maayos na sahod para sa pamilya at sa sarili. Inaasahan kong kayo ay gumuguna sa pagbabangon sa ating bayan mula sa lusak na tragedyang ito. Gamitin sana ninyo ng wasto ang inyong karunungang, buong giting at husay tawa ninyo magampanan ang pagiging mabuting Pilipino na may katalinuhan at puso para sa kapwa at para sa bayan. Muli, binabati mo kayo sa makasaysayan at makabuluhang okasyon ito. Gabayan nawa kayo ng poong may kapal.
By the authority vested in me as the District Supervisor of End North Annex, after scrutiny of the requirements submitted in my office, I have found that you have completed the requirements for graduation. I find that the candidates for graduation this year have fully satisfied the requirements prescribed by the Department of Education under the Basic Education Curriculum. I now confirm you elementary graduates, senior high graduates, kindergarten, and junior high completers for school year 2020-2021. Congratulations!
Thank you very much to our leaders of this institution. Your words are truly appreciated. Dear graduates, the moment that you have been waiting for has finally come. The fruit of hard work and discipline will finally be reaped. You will now be receiving your prize certificate, a symbol of your accomplishment.
In this part of the program, the names of the graduates will be called one by one, and their podcasts will be matched in a scheme for them to recognize.
Good afternoon. It is my honor and privilege to present to you the graduates of Grade 12 Elon Musk under the academic track, Accountancy, Business, and Management strand.
Good afternoon. It is my honor and privilege to present to you the graduates of Grade 12 Shakespeare under the Academic Track General Academics Track.
Good afternoon. It is my honor and privilege to present to you the graduates of the Grade 12 Gandhi under the academic track General Academic Strand.
Good afternoon. It is my honor and privilege to present to you the graduates of grade 12 Curie under the academics track Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics track.
It is my honor and privilege to present to you the graduates of grade 12 Michelin under the Technical Vocational Livelihood track, Economics track, with specializations in cookery, bread and pastry, and food and beverages.
qualities that make our students extraordinary, exceptional, and incomparable.
Today, not everybody made it to the top, but those who did are the ones called the cream of the crop. Tailing next are the graduates who excel in their academic endeavors.
At this moment, let us proceed to the awarding of academic excellence, awarding of honors. Once again, may I present to you the academic awardees of this year's commencement exercises. Congratulations.
Now, it is about time to hear the message of one of the students who excelled in this school year. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome and listen to the message of Kaysilyn B.L. Magtalas with high honors.
Good afternoon, teachers, faculty and staff, assistant principal, principal, parents, fellow batchmates, and to all of the people who are watching right now. We are now at the bus terminal waiting for the next bus to take us to our next destination. Today, we will part ways as we will tread our different paths towards success. As our new trip begins, let us bring the valuable lessons and memories that every one of us holds. Our high school years may be defined as a very long trip, from the years we spent in school up to this current year that we spent at home because of the pandemic. Undoubtedly, this academic year measured our determination and perseverance by giving us a bumpy road. As a result, some of us stumbled, took the wrong turn, got lost, and others got stuck in the middle of the road. Regardless of all these hindrances, as passengers of the vehicle, we remain steadfast despite the barriers that impede us in traveling placidly. We remain faithful because we trust our driver, the driver that doesn't guarantee us a journey free from challenges, instead assures us that whatever hurdles we encounter, and no matter how big it is, we have a bigger God, and He will be the driver that will guide us throughout the journey. My fellow graduates, we were saddened that we couldn't enjoy our last year of being high school students. Let us instill in our minds that this may be the most challenging year, but this is also the year that made us even stronger and driven. We traveled our bumpy roads, and that deserves recognition. Perhaps some of you had it bumpier than mine, but no matter how these adversities hinder us, just keep moving forward as these obstacles will soon turn into breakthroughs. To junior high school and senior high school teachers, faculty and staff, assistant principal, and principal of Putlod-San National High School, we extend our deepest gratitude for the relentless efforts and for honing us into who we are today. PSJNHS educates us with values, skills, and confidence. On behalf of our batch, we thank you for the lessons, experiences, and memories that extend beyond the school. I would also like to show my sincerest appreciation to our advisors in senior high school, Mrs. Rosemary S. Vicente and Mrs. Marjorie P. Jimentera, for the endless support and guidance. Thank you for cultivating us as individuals who know how to be a leader and a doer. To my friends and best friends, particularly Oldtonians, who have shared me their high school life, thank you for the wonderful memories and friendship that have composed our high school experience. To my classmates, 12 Curie, we shared hardships and enjoyment throughout our senior high school years. Let these moments be our motivation to strive harder and to work diligently to reach our goals. To my parents and siblings who witnessed how I was devastated and wrecked while dealing with personal challenges, thank you for staying with me through my highs and lows. Thank you for the support and love you showered to me throughout my high school years. Amidst all the hardships I encountered, you are the courage that keeps me moving forward. Lastly, to batch 2020 to 2021, may we use all the knowledge and skills we have acquired from our alma mater for the greater glory of God. Let us remain faithful and grounded, as this is not the end but the beginning of another voyage. We might encounter stumbling blocks along the way, but always remember that life never travels evenly. If it does, then perhaps we are treading the wrong path. So let us hold firmly, as this ride will be an extraordinary one. Warmest congratulations to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Casey. As Steve Jobs once stated, your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living the result of other people's thinking. Do not let the noise of others' opinion drown your own inner voice. And most importantly, have the courage to follow your heart and inspiration. They somehow already know what they truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. And now is the perfect time to hear the address of the student who remained victorious after all her hard work and perseverance for 6 long years.
Let's pin our toes back because she deserves to be heard. None other than this outstanding student, Charlene Joy Diapon with highest honors.
The fittest was not the strongest nor the most intellectual, but the ones most responsive to change. I knew for sure that you already heard this famous line from an English naturalist and famous for his contributions to the science of evolution named Charles Darwin. Specifically, the point stands that survival requires adaptation. His statement clearly emphasizes that the environment changes over time. And whatever happens, we ought to survive. We have to be flexible, adaptive, and we must strive for the future we have always dreamed about. To every supportive and hardworking principal, our very own Madam Edita P. Mendoza, beloved teachers, dear parents, and my fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, a heartwarming and a pleasant afternoon to all of you. It is an honor to deliver this response on behalf of the graduating class. Change is inevitable. Change is constant. We could not escape to the reality that change has been part of our lives. You can either remain and be left behind, or on the other hand, see the beauty in it. Adapt to it and learn how you can grow from it. In 2020, COVID-19 challenged the world as it is all pervasive in every area and entitled to be a catastrophic one, particularly in education. It made every country, including the Philippines, implement plans that could better face the unknown. Officials have been typically rapid but hurried, hopeful but uncertain. Thus, it may seem to be extraordinary, but at the end of the day, it is a challenge to be accepted for the sake of a better change and a room for development. Education brings us knowledge and hones our skill to be prepared for what lies ahead. In fact, just like about every person in the world who is continuously learning and educating themselves on a daily basis. Moreover, the pandemic brought us a new normal education, a setup from which is far different to the traditional approach. I know everyone is going through frustrations, lack of motivation, procrastination, and all. But this is the time to prove ourselves that we could survive. Indeed, it looks like we are all back to zero because of the sudden change. But this pandemic made us more prepared, more equipped, more developed in facing this new reality. Also, strengthen our faith in God. It is not as instant as we hope, but it could be mastered as time passes by. We just have to be brave enough to conquer it all as life goes on and on. The COVID-19 has taught us a significant lesson that will bring for the rest of our lives. It made us know ourselves more and unlocked some capabilities we could not imagine we had. A time to remind us that life is full of twisted plans that turn out to be a weapon for tomorrow. We are not born for nothing. We have a purpose to make ourselves proud, a purpose to explore and discover, a purpose to be part of change. We may sometimes feel down, but that's how life works, by failing and trying again until you attain your goals. It's okay to be unstable, It's okay if you need time. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to have a mental break. It's okay to fail and make mistakes. It's okay to not be okay. All the sacrifices we are doing will all be worth it at the end. We have different phases in life. It is not a race, so take your time. Together is unimaginable, especially in times when you're about to give up. Just reflect and think of why you started. Just like the person behind our section, 12 Elon Musk, who is a successor and the second richest man in the world. A 50-year-old man living a saying, when something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Which simply means that you are focused to reach the goal, not minding what barriers may hinder. You'll do it no matter what. Just like what Max did, his failures make him stronger and more dedicated as it was a strength to reach what he wanted to have. I hope that like him, we should be a risk taker, an innovator, and dares to dream the biggest dreams. I know someday we'll leave the world behind, so make our life something worthy and something to be remembered. We have only one rival, and this is ourselves. Always be the best version of ourselves. Always choose to grow where God plans us at. To celebrate this moment is unusual for each and every one. Imagining that this could be one of the most unforgettable moments of our journey in our lives. Our senior high school graduation, which is indeed closer from what we used to think about, our future. To this day, we expect to wear either Filipiniana dress or barong, together with our supplies, as well as receive diplomas, and cry loudly when the graduation song begins, thinking that we could not see our senior high school companions in college. But unfortunately, these moments are stolen by this pandemic. However, we are beyond blessed to have surpassed another challenging year of our lives, learning something great every day. After this, we can feel frightened and anxious about what may come, especially us entering college or the workforce. But do not let fear win, because this 12-year curriculum has molded us to something we are today. Great individuals. Graduates, we finally made it. Soon, our sacrifices and how we deal with our silent battles will all be appreciated and worth it. Congratulations, class of 2021, for not giving up on the uneasy challenge of today. We can make it through. To end this speech, I'll be leaving some inspiring statements. Remember that you are doing great and you are amazing. Soar beyond your limits. Can't Sarah. Whatever will be, will be. Puhon, in God's time. Padayon, keep going. Simply, whatever will be in God's time. Keep going, our future successors. Again, congratulations, graduating class of 2021.
Thank you, Charlene. As you embark on another journey of your life and career, we truly hope and pray that you may always remember the school where you came from, the home that shaped you to who you are now. And now, may we request the presence of Christina A. Gregorio to lead the Pledge of Loyalty to the Alma Mater.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name, member of graduating class of Putlod-San National High School, do hereby solemnly pledge to maintain and practice absolute loyalty to the noble ideas of my alma mater, promote its unique identity, uphold its strong sense of history and leadership, secure its authentic traditions, follow God's commandments, and to live free to govern myself, and to serve my family, my country, and my God.
As we end today's program, we would like to leave a thought for all of you and all of us. Nelson Mandela's South African president once quoted, "Education is the most powerful weapon which can use to change the world." Yes, it sounds cliche, but the deeper meaning lies within these lines, because education can help you to surpass life challenges. So if you want to be successful, continue to educate yourself.
We may not be worth the recognition in the human eyes, but remember, God will always be our great confidence in our name. He knows best, more than giving a certificate, a medal, or a shake hand. It is His glory, His blessings.
This will be the end of our program. This has been Mr. Armand J. S. Quizon
And Miss Apple Santos.
Thank you very much, and may everyone enjoy the rest of the day. Again, congratulations to the graduates of school year batch 2020-2021. Mabuhay!